Good morning. I hope everybody's doing okay. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Bonnie and Clyde's Morning Talk. And can you believe it? We have made it to July the 1st, 2020. Unbelievable. I hope everybody's doing all right. I sure am hoping you are. Anyways, Bonnie and Clyde wants to wish each and every one of you the best as always. Let's jump into it. And the market futures were down this morning, but as we see, they bounced right up and they took off because the economy is doing outstanding. And it's taking the prices of gold and silver down with it. And gold and silver is down a little bit this morning. But hey, the market's up, right? The economy must be just jumping with joy. But anyway, I'm not going to sarcasm too much this morning, guys. But the markets are up. S&P, Dow, and Nasdaq all in the green this morning. Let's go over and refresh the Bonnie and Clyde's portfolio and see where we're at. And it looks like this morning we're already up 1.6% in the green. Hopefully it'll get even better than that, but we shall see. Let's go ahead and get on out of the market now and get over to some coin news. And I want to just jump over before I do that and look over here at the chat and say hello to everybody and thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for spending a little time with us, y'all. We do appreciate it. So, let's jump over to Twitter Sphere, Twitterverse, Twitterland, and see what's going on this morning. And let's check out the coin of the day from NGC. And it is a 2011 America the Beautiful Quarter honoring Gettysburg National Military Park in Pennsylvania. It was the site of the Civil War Battle of Gettysburg. And it said this coin shows the 72nd Pennsylvania Infantry Monument commemorating July the 1st through the 3rd, 1863 battle. If it's still standing. But people don't want to look at the history of the things and how much things are. They just want to tear them down. But, I'm not even going to get into that. That's bringing politics back into it. I'm for neither side. I know you guys know that. Not Republican, not Democrat. Anyway, that was the coin of the day, the 2011 America the Beautiful Quarter honoring Gettysburg National Military Park in Pennsylvania. Nice little coin with the little cannon and the soldier standing on top of it with his rifle and all. Nice. Let's see what else we got in here on Twitterland. Oh yeah, I dug up the United States Mint right here in Twitterland, and they have the United States Mint 2020 American Innovation Coins. And for some reason, they had kind of slipped by me. I had talked about them a little bit about the coins, these dollar coins, but these 2020 coins, they're, they're pretty nice looking coins, if I say so myself. They have the South Carolina, the Maryland, the Massachusetts, and the Connecticut, and they're pretty nice little coins. I really like the Massachusetts one with the little old style telephone that I don't know how many people remember it, but I used one, the old rotary phone. Yeah, I remember having to call out on that thing, thousands of calls. But and then Connecticut has the variable scalar thing on it. It's a Gerber scalar. And then Maryland has the Hubble telescope. And then South Carolina has, I think it's like a civil rights design on it. It's pretty cool looking. It's got a teacher and some students, and they're holding the American flag. And it's Septima Clark is who they're honoring with that one. It's a pretty nice looking coin, also. But if you guys want to check those out, you can either go to the United States Mint or just click over to the Twitter and check out the United States Mint on Twitter. Pretty cool looking little coins. I had to look over at the chat about that to see who remembered the rotary phone. Some of the younger generations said, "Oh yeah, I seen that thing. I tried to figure out what it used to do." I seen an article one time about that, and the kids was trying to figure out how it worked and stuff like that. And they was like, it was a mess. All right, let's move on to another article. And this article right here is just going to tell you about some of the. It's going to prove a point that a lot of the production numbers that were in the past, I don't know that we can account how accurate the count was on what the number of them was that was actually minute, because I don't think they kept up with the numbers quite as like they do today. And even if they did, apparently the information has been lost over time or something like that. Because I found an article here, and it's in the Numastic News. I like their site. They got a nice little setup there, and they're talking about the 1822 half eagle, and talking about it's like a treasure, because there's only like, I think they said 3 examples of it that's actually been graded or whatever that they know of. And I'm not even sure that all 3 of them have been graded. They may have been. But they said in 1822 that there was 17,796 of those, and that were made, but they only have a few of them that they can actually count. So whatever happened to the other 17,700 and some of them were most likely they were melted down, lost, they could still be in people's collections and they not even know that the coin is so rare. And that's my thought, is some of those coins are probably actually still in someone's collection and they don't even know exactly how valuable of a coin they do have. But I wouldn't say that it was going to be a real huge number, though. I would think it's still going to be a pretty low number, because back then, collectors and stuff, there were collectors, but it wasn't like it's growing back into today about collecting value and stuff like that. They just got the coins back then, the gold coin, they took it straight and cashed it in for money. Because there was so few of them. But if you want to go over and check out an interesting article, you can go right over to Numismatic News and check it out. It'll be an article with the headline 1822 Half Eagle, a Numismatic Treasure. But anyway, relating this article to also other coins during that time frame in the 1800s, late 1700s. I mean, you can see that the probability of the numbers that they said that they had in circulation to what is actually accounted, that you can actually see, or what's still available, is completely on opposite ends of the spectrum. So a lot of these older coins that people have, they may be a lot more valuable than people actually think, because the numbers could be so few that the number that they say they made and what's actually left in existence is, like I say, it's polar opposites from each other. They claim that they made 20,000, but there's only 5 of them left that people can actually see, touch, know of in existence. Well, that makes those 5 coins worth a whole lot more than that what they say for 20,000 of them, because that other 19,995 isn't available anymore. All right, but anyway, I just want to relay that and get you guys thinking about some of the older coins that you have may actually be more valuable than you realize. And if you got some, you might want to do a little digging around and see exactly how the numbers line up and think, wait a minute now, I got a little bit of a more of a treasure here than I think. And let's go over to another article, guys. Coinnews.net. And on that article, we see that NGC has been certifying a hoard here lately. And they certifying a stockpile of backdated U.S. Mint, gold, and silver coins. And all of these coins that are now being certified in this particular hoard are from the West Point Mint. And what happened was, during this sickness, the Mint decided they were just going to go ahead and sell off a bunch of old coins that they had at the Mint. So that's what they did. They sold them off. I wish I would have knew about it. For some reason, I must have missed it, or I didn't get the memo. But it just makes me think I got to keep my eyes open a little bit harder now. But they do have a name for it, and NGC has put a name on it, the 2020 West Point Mint Hoard. And if you go in and you see some of these coins that's being sold here, you could run across uh, an older dated coin that's outside of 2020 all the way back to 2016 when they had the first spouse series. I see that they have graded one of those for Betty Ford and graded out at a MS70, a 2017 West Point Silver Eagle, graded out at a Proof 70 Ultra Cameo, and it also has on it the 2020 West Point Mint Horde. So there's actually a whole lot of coins that should be popping out for sale here pretty soon if they're not already out and selling pretty big. And I hope you guys enjoyed the few articles that we had on the coins there. I try to put a little research into these things when I can.
Press the microphone button for 5 seconds to start setup again.
Alexa, something went wrong. Anyway, we got our official red book in the other day. I just want to get all these books so we'll have them, the newest numbers and everything like that. Something to look at, something to always fall back on and get information in. They don't cost $1 million or anything, but they're full of information all the way from one cover to the other. It's nothing but coins, coins, coins. So if you don't have one, you might want to think about picking one up. But hey, I don't make any money off of these things. I just a collector. Just a collector. And let's see what we got here. I went over there to the weather this morning. We're going to jump over to the weather now. Sorry about that, guys. Take a drink of coffee and jump into the weather. When I went into it about 15 minutes ago, I seen a weather station and I was like, no way. I'm going to have to go over and refresh the other page to get us back up to speed. So I knew I was going to lose this. But in Chiloquin, Oregon this morning at 9:40 was when I've done this. I looked on the map and it showed they were at 29 degrees, guys. 29 degrees in Oregon. I was like, unreal. That's below freezing. That's wintertime weather. And I guarantee you may hear about it on some of these other news channels and stuff. I don't know. I kind of doubt it. And actually, it's fell down to 28 now. I'm going to have to refresh this. So it might have updated already a couple minutes ago. And I'm going to go ahead and refresh it. So I'm probably going to lose all of that. Maybe we'll figure out what the difference in the temperature is. It may have got colder, though. It may actually have gotten colder. I was like, this is unreal. This far into summer with temperatures below freezing in the United States. So we're refreshing now. And let me pull this map over here. Yeah, I knew I was going to lose that temperature thing. And it looks like now the temperatures in that area are sitting around 45 degrees, around in there, with some highs in the 50s. So in the mid 40s and 50s all around that area on the west coast. And actually, there is still some uh, really cool spots, like in Jackson, Wyoming. Right now, 42 degrees, guys. Wow, that is just plumb crazy. But if you keep up with the weather and stuff and watch different things, I mean, I expected it. I already knew it was gonna be like this. I mean, I know I make it out like it's astonishing to me, but I already knew that things was gonna be like this, and it'll probably even continue and get worse in the region as the years go, as we progress throughout the next few years, before things decide to change around. And we don't know exactly when that'll happen, or when it'll come out of the cooling into the heating phase again. But right now on the East Coast, it looks like we've got 80s, high 80s in the lower part of the East Coast, all the way up to low 70s in the northern part of the East Coast. And the high today being in Florida once again. Looks like it's 88 degrees is the high temperature as of right now on this map. Down at the tip of Florida. And we start heading from the East Coast over to the Mississippi River, and temperatures all the way up and down the Mississippi River are in the mid 80s in Louisiana to the low 80s all the way up in Wisconsin. So all the way up and down the center of the United States is about the same. In Texas, you got the mid 80s all the way up the map to the Dakotas, and they are a little chilly in the high 60s, low 70 in the Dakotas. And then we jump over to the mountain time zone. That's where things start to get really interesting. You have the hot weather all the way down in Arizona and New Mexico, the southern parts. And then you start heading north and things start to get cold. Even in the higher elevations, in the Four Corners region, there is still chill in the air. But then once you get up to Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, you're back in the winter again, even though they do have temperatures in the high 50s, low 60s in certain parts of the area. But the majority of the area is in the 40s and low 50s. And then we jump over to the west coast at Washington, Oregon, and the temperatures there are nice and cool also, with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Nevada seems to be staying real chilly. They had all kinds of frost advisories and everything the other day. Still chilly in Nevada and the northern part of California. And unbelievably, in California right now, it is still in the 50s and low 60s in certain areas of it. That is crazy. And let's see where all the precipitation is. It looks like in the northwest they've got chances of precipitation out there, and about anything that's going to fall is going to be some cold rain, maybe even in elevation snow. And then we move back over to the middle of the United States where it looks like we got a gigantic storm just parked right in the middle of the U.S. in Illinois, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas. Big old storm just sitting there. Probably getting a lot of rain in that area. And then we got a little front down in the northern part of Mississippi, lower part of Tennessee, and Alabama, the northern part of Alabama with some showers. Cloudy throughout the middle of the United States. The East Coast has some clouds on it in the middle of the eastern coast. And the Carolinas and Virginia. Looks like we're getting clouds coming back in off the Atlantic. So look out for your weather all over the United States. It could be sunshine one minute and raining the next. And then over on the West Coast, it could be warming up and freezing the next. Holy cow. Alright, guys. That's the weather. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a whole lot of weather. Alright, I got one good article to end the day. Some people are not going to like it, but I know a lot of people will, so I'm going to put it out there. I don't know if any of you guys know about Gerald Celente. Well, for July the 4th, he is having a July the 4th rally in New York. I believe it's in New York, but he's having a rally. And if you want to, you can look him up. This is Gerald Celente, July the 4th rally at some buildings that he owns. He says it's right off the interstate or right off of a main road where you can get right to the buildings that he owns. And he's going to be going from like 3 p.m. until whenever the people leave. But it's some kind of a freedom rally, and I wish I could get there, but I don't think I'll be able to get there. I would go, though, and support these guys. It sounds like an awesome little event. So they're supposed to have a band, supposed to have food, beverages. So it looks like they're going to have a nice little shindig. That would be awesome. I hope everything goes good with the event. Hope everybody has a great time and there isn't any problems. I think there's probably going to end up being some problems, but I hope not. I hope everything stays calm, everything goes good. That would be really nice. Freedom Rally. So there you go. That's the good news that we're going to end the day with. Thank you guys so much. We do appreciate you guys. And we won't be streaming on YouTube tonight. We will be on Facebook. And we've got an auction going on tonight. So we'll be back on YouTube Thursday. And we've already got a couple people that has rolls out of the box. I owe 2 people, 2 miners rolls, so they are ready to go. Over half a box already gone already. So we'll see you guys on Thursday night over there on YouTube. And tomorrow morning I'll be back with another morning talk show. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. You all have a great day, and we'll see you later.